and welcome to the 4th installment of this free Learn Violin Online beginner course. I'm Megan, the creator of LVO, and today you'll be learning all about bowing. We'll be discussing bowing mechanics, how to bow straight, and practicing bowing on open strings together. So the first thing to understand about bowing is that the motion comes from opening and closing your elbow and not moving your shoulder. This ensures not only that your bow stays straight, but also that you're not working harder than you have to. To practice this motion of opening and closing the elbow, I like to use the twinkle rhythms. These are from the Suzuki method. There are 5 total, and I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but I will leave other videos linked in the description where I go through all 5. We're just going to go over the first one, Taka Taka Stop Stop. Listen to me play it once. Pause the video, get set up, and place your bow on the E string towards the middle of the bow. We're going to play Taka Taka Stop Stop 4 times together. Ready, go. Good job. When bowing, your bow should stay about halfway between the bridge and the fingerboard to ensure the best sound. Now, gently rock your bow over to the A string, and we're going to do the same thing. Notice how small my movement was. Sure, my arm and my hand went up a little bit, but it was a very, very small movement. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for Taka Taka Stop Stops on the A string. Ready, go. Great job. Again, the whole goal of this is to practice learning how to bow from our elbow rather than our shoulder. If you're unsure which you are using, record yourself and or practice in front of the mirror. If your bowing looks like this, that's not right. Now we will go over how to bow straight using a full bow. To get a straight bow, you are not going to move your hand in a straight line. I like to think of it as a crescent moon or half circle shape. When you're going down bow, your hand is going to go out or away from you as you approach the tip. Watch again. It's important to remember that the goal of this movement is to keep the bow straight. It is entirely possible to go too far and end up going crooked that way. Okay, so let's try a down bow on the E string together. Watch your bow as we do this. Now, when I say watch your bow, what I want you to look at is the space between your bow and the bridge. They should be staying parallel. Get set up. 1 single down bow on E string. Go. Stop. Is your bow straight? Additionally, you don't have to go all the way to the tip. I am not a very tall person. I'm only 5'4", okay? So I can only go to about there on my bow. Because as you go down bow, you do not want to hyperextend your arm, meaning you do not want your elbow to straighten out. You want to keep a little bit of bend. So if that means you can only go here, that's fine. If you're super tall or have super long arms and you can go all the way to the tip, that's 100% fine as well. But do not hyperextend your arm. Let's practice a down bow on the A string. Go ahead. Okay, now for the up bows, you're essentially going to do the opposite. So as you go up bow, your hand is going to come in towards your body. And you can see that my wrist comes up as well. Let's try an up bow together on the E string. Go ahead. your bow parallel to the bridge. Did it stay straight? Let's try the same thing on A string. Go ahead. Very good job. You might find as you practice open D and G strings that you're going to have to make this motion even more extreme. That's 100% normal. It is going to vary depending on what string you're on. But again, the goal is just to keep the bow straight. Speaking of D string, let's play a down bow and an up bow on D string together. Go ahead. And the same thing on G. Now I just want you to notice the position of my arm on G string here, specifically where my elbow is. My elbow's not up here, it's down here. I want to keep my elbow as low as possible because if I'm up here, I'm tense. If I'm down here, I'm relaxed. Go ahead. So I know a lot of times it's hard to tell if your bow is staying straight when you are looking at the bow right here. So that's why I recommend practicing in front of the mirror or even recording yourselves while you're playing the open strings to make sure that your bow is staying straight. Why is it so important for the bow to stay straight, you ask? Well, each place on the violin sounds a little bit different. And if your bow is not straight, then the sound is not going to be even. Additionally, I do recommend beginners practicing with flat hair at first. This means all of your bow hair is touching the string. You may see advanced players tilting their hair a little bit, which is absolutely fine, but you want to learn how to play on flat hair first. If you cannot bow straight and get a decent sound just on open strings, then you will not be able to do so with finger notes either. So I recommend just practicing your open strings until you like the sound and it feels relatively easy to keep your bow straight. Next up, we'll be learning left hand fingers. If you're enjoying this course, please subscribe to my channel and check out the Learn Violin Online membership down below.